Hey everybody, happy Tuesday out there. Thanks for joining us here on Northern Life. I got some pictures from my uncle who lives down in Maple Grove.
Oh, really?
And he sent pictures, I believe it was Saturday or something like that. And he sent pictures of this beautiful lawn and like the trees are starting to bloom down there and everything. And then we sent him pictures of what's going on up here. And it's like, it's two different worlds and it's only a couple hours apart. And you are traveling down to the cities almost like every weekend, every once in a while anyway. Is it disheartening for you to go down there and experience that and then come up here and be like, oh, this is continuing?
It is. Before we came back up on Sunday, there was a gentleman who was near, we stopped at a restaurant for food and then came back up, and this gentleman was golfing, pretty close to the place we ate. So that was hard to see. But it's a conversation that with the folks down in the Twin Cities, they say, you still got snow up there? Like, what's that even like? It's like, we got a whole lot of it.
We're buried in it, actually. Yeah, everything is white everywhere up here. So quite the interesting contrast between the two. Same thing going to school down at St. Cloud State. They're always like 2 or 3 weeks ahead of us when it comes to temperatures. It's like, it's a weird thing. And it's only a couple hours away.
It's already summer down there.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
Absolutely.
Well, hey, coming up on today's show here out of Duluth, we'll be heading down Superior Street to visit First Lutheran Church here in town, where Hunter gets the chance to play their incredible organ that is celebrating 15 years of wonderful music with a concert that is coming up in early May, too, to celebrate.
That's super exciting. I know a lot of folks have been talking about the story online as well, and we've been teasing it quite a bit here, so excited to bring that story to you today and excited to revisit myself playing that awesome instrument right there. Very rare opportunity for myself.
Yeah, cool instrument.
Yeah.
But first, Hunter, you're playing your own instruments up in Bill-Wabick at Giants Ridge. How was everything at Plaid Splash this past weekend?
It was awesome. It was a fantastic event. A ton of people. The weather, cooperated a little bit. There was definitely snow, which is a good thing for skiers up there and snowboarders. And if you don't know what a slush cup is, this is exactly what it is right here. It's people trying to go through this big pond, and most of them fall, and it's definitely very, very interesting to watch. And I think you need to be a special kind of crazy to do this sort of thing. It's so cool. But and everyone's creative with their costumes and the plaid and everything like that. So a special shout out to everybody that took part. I know there were 75 people that went across that. But yeah, and the different costumes. My favorite one was this little dog that had a plaid outfit and a little tweed hat. It was the best. An adorable little dog doing that.
Did Brendan Pham get a chance to go across?
He did. He didn't go across that. No, but he came up and he definitely skied a little bit up there and never saw the Northwoods Band before, so he got to see that, and he thought it was pretty darn good. So it was a nice ringing endorsement from Brendan out there, and it was cool to see him go to a show out there.
That's fun. Looked like a whole lot of fun.
Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. So thank you to everybody that came out there and hung out with us. But I know, Ryan, I got this text. I think it was Friday night that I got this text. Explain what happened on Friday, because you were going to go to a concert, but something happened.
So for our 4 p.m. viewers, back on Friday, I was informed that we weren't going to have a 4 p.m. show. So I go, oh, great. It's, kind of a half day. So Mary and I we bought tickets to Morgan Wallen, who's, if you don't know him, he's the top country singer basically in the country. And he's at US Bank Stadium. And so, let's take the half day and let's go down and enjoy that concert. But lo and behold, we found out that for some reason we got the weekend wrong. So we were a week early to this Morgan Wallen concert. So it's actually this coming weekend. So we were down in Hinckley at the Taco Bell, and we were like, all we could do was laugh. My dad sent me a text saying, I think it's next weekend, and lo and behold, he was right. So, but we made the most of it. We got to enjoy downtown Minneapolis. We got to walk around Target Field as they were taking on the Rays, which was a lot of fun. I got to go to a couple breweries, Fulton and Modest, and then also we got to play some mini golf too at a place called Putt Shack that I would highly recommend. There's 2 down there. There's a Putt Shack, and then there's a place called the Puttery, kind of indoor mini golf, but it keeps score for you. It keeps track of how many strokes you've. There's some sort of electronic, doodad in the ball itself. Okay. So it keeps track of your score on the TVs as you go around, just with your ball. And then also there's chances to score, like Mary here, shooting on some hoops. You can gain some extra points if you hit certain areas of the board.
And you said there's prizes and stuff if you do pretty well in this, or is there not like a prize system?
Mostly just bragging rights.
Bragging rights. Okay. That's so cool. I've never seen a place like that before.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend it. Putt Shack in downtown Minneapolis.
I'll have to take that next time I go to a concert and forget that the concert isn't that night.
This
That
guy.
was so funny.
This guy. Well, down in my hometown, 2 young entrepreneurs are brightening the days of our seniors out there, one bouquet at a time. Hayden and Andrew here have spent the past year delivering free flowers to nursing homes and senior living facilities across the area. The idea came to Hayden during a church sermon about spreading love, and now the duo says they plan to turn that passion project into an official nonprofit.
Couple of very nice gentlemen there, very smart gentlemen as well. That's an awesome thing, because I mean everyone loves loves a good flower to brighten their day, especially these older folks as well. So that's a fantastic thing that they're doing right there.
That's really awesome. They need that community and that support as well in those senior living centers.
I'm seeing all these flowers and I'm like, I can't wait for that to happen up here. The blooming and the green and the different colors. Oh my gosh, I get so old staring at the white for so long.
And the slush.
Yes.
Yeah, and the cold. Well, over in the state of Michigan, the Detroit Fire Department got a call about a dog on a roof. And apparently, they say that type of call is not super unusual somehow. But when they got outside, it was sitting inside of a chimney on an abandoned house. And so once they got the dog on the ground, it looked like the dog appeared to be very happy. But it does beg the question, how in the world does a dog even get up to that part of the roof?
That's so true. First off, I was bracing myself for some kind of Jeremy Roth-esque pun with the roof and the dog. It didn't happen, though. Okay, that's good. Thank you for not doing that. Second off, how on earth does a dog get up there? I understand a cat can easily get up there, but a dog, they're not that agile. They can't climb up trees or anything like that.
It must have been inside the house and then got through that very top window of the house and just went around and said, there's no way I'm getting down, so I'm just going to sit in this chimney and wait. And
it didn't fall down the chimney? Or it was like kind of staying on the top of the chimney? I guess chimneys probably have like a screen or something. Maybe it was sitting on top of the screen.
I bet some folks out there who are firefighters got all sorts of stories to tell.
I can't even imagine. If you get a chance to sit down, have a beer with a firefighter, you'd probably take that opportunity.
I once got a dog off of a roof of an abandoned house.
Yes, like what the heck? Oh my gosh.
Good on them though. Glad everybody's okay. Well, coming up here on Northern Life, a beautiful blindfold filled with music. We'll see you in just a few minutes here on Northern Life. Thanks for being here.
The Blindfold on Northern Life is brought to you by Black Bear Casino Resort.
Welcome back for this week's Blindfold. I took Hunter over to First Lutheran Church in Duluth, where they're celebrating 15 years of their gorgeous organ at their place of worship.
I would suggest maybe right here in the middle.
What the heck? This is crazy.
Careful with your language.
I know, right? Oh, I probably should. Cool.
The largest pipe organ in the area.
And it also happens that this is the 15th anniversary of the organ being installed, and I helped design and build it. The builder is Dan Jekyll.
What is it like to even start to put something like that together?
It starts with Dan having an idea in his head of what will this organ do in this space for this for this congregation, and then I start drawing. So my background is in architecture, actually, before organs, so that helps.
This looks very unique. Is that true? Because I don't think I've ever seen anything that looks like this before.
See red and sort of green filigree, picking up shapes from the stained glass windows and some of the colors from the stained glass windows to make it fit.
Is it a digital thing, or is it all mechanical?
Well, knobs on each side of the keyboards, that's all electric. The connection from the key up to the valves that let air under pressure, what we call the wind in the pipes, is all mechanical. So you can actually feel the pluck as the valve opens.
What does it feel like to play something like this?
It's amazing, actually. This is a wonderful space. Having Dan Jekyll right here in town, we were able to get a wonderful instrument, and it's got so many different beautiful soft strings and soft reeds, and then lots of power.
Let's get under the hood of this thing.
As you can see, there's places where you can play with your feet, and then 3 different keyboards. So there's a whole group of pipes associated with each of the keyboards. To get a sound, you have to pull a knob here. But there has to be a pipe for each key on the keyboard. Will only play one pitch at one tone color. And the length of the pipe is what determines the pitch. Yep. Octave. So most organ pipes are a whistle, but there are some called reeds, where it's more like a clarinet.
Totally. Okay. Sound like a duck call.
So, the shorter the pipe, the higher the pitch.
Yep.
See if you can hear this.
Yep. Totally.
So, some pipes have little chimneys. Some pipes are made out of wood. and have little stoppers in the end. And then some pipes are real skinny, and they have a lot of overtones in them. So there's all kinds of different effects that you can get, and then you can combine them sort of like cooking with different spices.
Yeah. That is beautiful.
Yeah. You can see the,
Oh, so these are the trackers that connect the mechanical connection from the key up to the valves.
you can kind of see the
Yep. So what is the box then?
You can get just like from really, soft, quiet, stringy, and then add a crescendo.
Beautiful. You're playing actual notes with your feet.
You can, that kind of serves as your bass note that holds through.
Do you ever play like fifths with both feet or anything like that? You do? Okay.
Yeah.
Did you ever look down once?
No.
You just know exactly where those notes were. You're going all over. You're
Yeah.
playing hopscotch
Maybe
down
when
there,
I
basically.
first-
It seems like this. You have to be extremely coordinated
Yeah.
to do this.
For the side view mirrors, is that to see the priest?
Yes, that's to see the pastor.
Lutheran church pastor.
Pastor.
Catholic boys.
And one more, the key tops. Piano keys used to be made out of ivory, and elephants were killed to get their tusks. Melting glaciers up in Siberia uncovered all these mammoth graves.
Yeah.
These are made from woolly mammoth bones.
That's what the keys are made of?
That's what the keys are made out of.
Are you serious?
But you can tell, they're not as
That's cool.
And just riff whatever feels like there's popular tunes, whatever.
Okay.
But remember, we have to air this on television, so.
Don't play anything. Okay, I'll play this. I'll just make up some stuff.
2011,
I hit a button.
600 and some pipes in here.
You would need to be an architect to build this. I'm looking at this, I'm like, I don't even know how I would
Right?
put this together.
Welcome back, everybody. Big thanks to First Lutheran Church for having us. Hunter, how'd you feel behind that thing?
It was like getting behind like a 55 T-bird or something like that. I don't know if it's the same
You do
thing.
that often?
Every single summer. No, it was unbelievable. I mean, and the amount of coordination. So as a drummer, I can really appreciate this because you really need a lot of coordination to be a drummer, of course. Yeah. But then that's almost like another level because you're not just doing one thing with your foot. You have to think about where your foot is going and your hands, and you have to do the different sounds. There's 3 different keyboards. It's so intricate, and it takes a very special talent to play that kind of instrument. So she was fantastic.
A whole lot of knobs, and yeah, as we saw on the floor there, it's like you could step on a whole bunch of things.
Yes, you could do a lot wrong in a hurry as you're playing. That's definitely a thing.
And going inside of it was an incredible opportunity, too.
Because I thought it was definitely a lot more of a digital aspect when it comes to organs, but it's very mechanical. I did not know that. And so I asked him also, is it more difficult to tune an organ or a piano? I would think the organ with all the different pipes would be way more difficult, but he actually said the piano is a little bit more difficult because there's 3 strings to each note. So very interesting there too, you know. And then how about the mammoth tusks? Like what?
So
blew
cool.
my mind.
So cool.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, so you get the chance to experience it later this spring. The church and the local chapter of the American Guild of Organists co-sponsoring a concert on this organ on Sunday, May 3rd at 3 p.m., celebrating the 15th anniversary of the organ, and it's completion. And the recitalist who is playing is Nathan Laub, who is an internationally known and currently an associate professor of organ at the Eastman School of Music in Rochester, New York. A donation of $20 is suggested.
That's fantastic. I might just start taking my breaks and going down to First Lutheran and learning how to play the organ a little bit more.
It's pretty sweet.
Honestly, maybe they'll give me a key. I can go there on weekends or something.
That'd be nice.
Let's head down to Wisconsin now, where a man in Milwaukee is determined to find his food in nature.
It feels nice to just be harvesting straight from my mouth. There's something about it.
This is him, Robin Greenfield, a Wisconsin native. He doesn't go to grocery stores or restaurants. He has no government ID, credit card, bank account, or really anything else you'd consider a basic necessity.
And really, I'm going to the essence of just being a human being, like we have been for 99.9% of our existence.
I met him at Havenwood State Forest in Milwaukee. He's an environmental activist hoping to inspire people to live more sustainably. This year, he's eating a lot of fish, berries, fruits, greens, and venison.
I harvest my venison from deer that are hit by cars. Some people call that roadkill, but I say a deer that was hit by a car.
He's not asking you to be as intense as him, to sleep in parks or make your own clothes or eat like a goat, even though I wanted to try that one. And you just went for it, so I figured, why not,
Goat it?
Oh, that was a big one.
You gotta avoid the leaves.
But honestly, it kind of did feel good. I get it.
My job is to go to this extreme to stimulate critical thought, to help people to ask questions.
Before his life of foraging, Robin owned his own marketing firm in San Diego. Then in 2011, he gradually made changes to his life, like having more reusable items in his home. As the years went on, his actions became more extreme, like not having an ID or passport or bank accounts or credit cards.
I celebrate anybody who's doing a little bit, but a little bit's not enough for me. I really actually want to live in a way where I'm living in harmony with this earth.
He graduated from UW-La Crosse and is now based in northern Wisconsin. He travels the country teaching people about foraging and living environmentally friendly lives. His nonprofit helps cover just the basic travel expenses. He's committed to living below the federal poverty line, so any money earned goes back to the nonprofit to further spread his mission.
Welcome back, folks. When we see you again tomorrow here on Northern Life, we're going to meet a 90-year-old volunteer who has been helping others in Wisconsin for more than 3 decades, all to teach new skiers how to hit the slopes. How do you do that when you're at that age? That's amazing.
Yeah, you get a whole lot of experience.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amen. That is very cool. I'm excited to learn more about that.
I definitely could use some help, so I'm excited to also learn a thing or two after all of his decades of knowledge.
You'll be doing the slush cup in no time, going across that pond. Yeah.
I'll be falling right in real quickly next year in Milwaukee. Well, before we go, let's get to a story we call Positively Wisconsin. A young golfer is teeing up on the national stage. Haley Fish, who first picked up at the club as a toddler, won the girls' 12 to 13-year-old national qualifier at Whistling Straits, earning a spot now in this week's drive, chip, and putt national finals, which will be held at Augusta National before the Masters tournament this weekend to compete against other top junior golfers from across the country. And she has a message for other young athletes chasing their dreams, saying, quote, "Just keep going, you'll get it, lots of practice, and you'll get there."
That's a fantastic message right there, of course. I mean, I'm sure when it comes to really anything, music too, the practice is the most important thing when it comes to achieving your goals and being really good at what you're doing. You know?
Especially cool to be there for the Masters too.
Yes, very, very cool. We love you so much.
Thanks for joining us. See you tomorrow.
Find some time to throw a line or just head outside to unwind. That's the life in the great North Woods. Hike or bike, whatever you like. Get out in the day, enjoy the night. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, this is Northern Life.